can go on to our main topic, which is us looking ahead to 2021. We've got a lot of games coming out this year. Most of them, when I was doing my little writing down like the dates and stuff, most of them don't even have a date. So I've just put to be announced. But we'll go through them and say our thoughts on them anyway. And a bit like what Brett said earlier, it's probably gonna, or Ash, it's gonna be an impact probably to this year. Obviously the COVID and stuff. So maybe a lot of these won't even make it to 2021. And this podcast is gonna age very poorly, but yeah, but hopefully not. And we can go through. But I think the January ones are pretty safe, hopefully. The first one, which is on the 20th of Jan, which is Hitman 3. Obviously, Ash said last week that he will be playing it. I've never played any of the Hitmans. I just never got into them. I feel like they look cool, and I kind of get why people would like them. But it's kind of knowing it's like, oh, that's just not my thing.
It's got you've got to be into that. So you've got to be into that sort of gaming. It's there's a lot of replayability in the same mission over and over again, taking it from different angles. But
no, I think that's quite cool when you just get dropped into the sandbox and you've got to assassinate this person, and it just gives you free life. You can do it however you want. You can do it stealthy. You can, I don't know all the options, but it's quite creative, isn't it? How you can do it. So I think that's really, really cool. IO Interactive are the studio that makes it, and they're obviously a news story a few weeks ago is that they're going to be making a James Bond game, which is quite cool. Are you excited for that, Ash?
Yeah, I think that'd be good. It'd be interesting how they're going to go about it. I was wondering if they're going to use like an actual model off of the films, or are they just going to go, this is the guy, this is 007, this is how he does it. I think
they did say it's original story. They said.
See, that's that. I think that's a better way of doing it. I think it'd be a better way of doing it as well would be not to have any of the old actors. Just if this is a guy, this is 007, and then go from there. It'll be interesting to see how gory they go with it, because some of the ways you can kill, it's never gory on a Hitman, but some of the ways you can kill them, like you can drop them in a vat of acid or drop them in a deep fat fryer and fry their head and stuff. And rot them from behind. Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see how aggressive they go with it.
Yeah, I think they'll probably will tone it back for James Bond.
I think James Bond, you just be killing people with sinks, just smashing it in the sink.
That's true. Yeah, that was quite aggressive, wasn't it?
Yeah.
None of this judo chopping anymore. Just like the old Roger Moore days.
Roger Moore.
Then he gets off with a bird who's far too young.
I think Roger Moore. Maybe Roger Moore is my favourite James Bond.
He was. He's my favourite James Bond. But I've watched some of those films recently, and it's not good. It's not good.
I do like Roger Moore. He's really good. Sean Connery is probably the best, though. To be fair, they're two different styles, but they're two best ones. Bredem, are you excited for James Bond or Hitman even?
Yeah, same as you. I've never played a Hitman game. I like the concept of it. Never played one. It's just, you just got with so much choice, you just got to pick and choose, haven't you, nowadays?
And you've chosen PlayStation and Destiny. That's it, and you don't want nothing to do with anything else.
Kind of. Probably. I'll watch it. I'll watch a bit on Twitch and see how it is, but probably won't be one for me.
Cool.
James Bond. I'm buzzing for that. Yeah, love a James Bond game. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
sure.
I hope it's a bit more actiony, a bit more accessible. Just I don't know, just a different style.
Is it
to
first
what
person?
The Hitman games are. I don't think that's been confirmed.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so. I would imagine it'll be third because Hitman is third.
Yeah.
And it would be a little bit odd if they went to first, but they might do.
Yeah.
Everybody loves GoldenEye, don't they? And that was first, so maybe they would try and recreate that. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what era they go to. Obviously, are they going to create a brand new James Bond, a brand new story? No, I think it's quite exciting. They're a good studio, so you should give them faith in that.
Looking forward to see what they do.
Yeah, cool. Another game coming out in January, the 28th, is The Medium, which is the game I spoke about earlier, which is the Xbox Series X exclusive game. It's a psychological horror. Obviously I mentioned about the gameplay trailer earlier. Has anybody else seen it at all?
No, I can't say I have.
I think I saw the trailer.
Yeah. Thoughts on it?
It looks like
Xbox correspondence.
Not the kind of game I'd want to play.
Okay.
Not massively into horror games. So yeah, when it got announced that it got delayed, one, I didn't have an Xbox, and two, I just didn't. like I've said before, some things just don't affect you, and that was one of them. So
True. He didn't affect me either, I have to admit. Other than the thought of like, Xbox, they just completely failed their launch lineup. You know, Halo
Yeah.
and this was supposed to be their 2 launch lineup games, and this is coming out in the end of January, and Halo's coming out next fall.
yeah,
Ooh,
He's a shock in
that's
it.
a bit of a
Kick in the balls.
foul. That is a
Yeah.
kick in the balls, exactly. But none of us have got Series X, so we can't even play it
Review
or
it,
talk
no.
about it. If it was on Xbox One, I'm sure Ash or Brad would have given it a go, but yeah, we can't even talk about it. But
no.
it's good
If,
that
yeah.
Xbox fans and people horror fans actually finally get a game to play.
Yeah, and if
I
any
will
of
get
our
a,
listeners do play it,
Xbox.
they can let us know, what it's like and that. So
Yeah, 100%.
yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. Cool.
I will get an Xbox at some point. Yeah, but just when there's something to play on them, because
If this is a good enough game, I'll get an Xbox for it. I do love a good horror game. So
I'll wait until there's some exclusives because the Xbox will literally just be because of exclusives. So I'll wait.
Yeah, I think it just looks like one of them games that are just going to be okay, like a 7. Like I just can see not being a bad game. I don't think it's going to be like, oh wow, this is incredible. This is a reason to get a Series X. It's just going to be an okay if you've already got an Xbox. Do you know what I mean? If you've got one, give it a go because quite frankly, got nothing else to play.
yeah.
It looks a little bit like Alan Wake looking at the trailers. I don't know if you thought the same, Brad.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
I do. Yeah,
It does look a little bit like that. So yeah, it's interesting. But anyway, on to February. The first game, it hasn't got a date because it's actually technically a PS Plus game, which is Destruction All Star, which was supposed to be a launch lineup, which I think Sony made the right thing by pushing it to February and making it a PS Plus game.
Yep.
I don't know if it's the reasons why, probably because no one pre-ordered it and they looked at the numbers like, oh, there's only 2 people that pre-ordered this. Maybe we should delay this and make it free for everybody. So is anybody going to take it? Obviously, all us who've got PS Plus and PlayStation, we're all going to give it a go.
Yeah, I'll definitely give it a go.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
It's like I missed when I always forget what it's bloody called. What was that? What's the game where you play football in cars?
Rocket League.
Rocket League, yeah. I missed when Rocket League was free on PlayStation Plus, but then I bought it full price because it was just such a good game. So, if this is a game half as good as that, then yeah, they did do the right choice making it, putting it on PS Plus because I'll definitely jump in. I dare say all of us, we'll all have a game or something together, won't we? So, that'd be good.
Is it on PS4 or is it just a PS5 game? I think it's just a PS5 game.
Oh.
Well, I will not be jumping in this.
You might be. It comes out in February. You might have one by then. You might have one. Yeah, you should have one. Yeah, by February you should have a PS5. So yeah, we'll play it. We'll play it on the channel. So.
What is the what is the game high level? Because I keep hearing about it, but I've actually never looked into what it is.
I think it's like a arena vehicle combat multiplayer game.
Maybe like Twisted Metal or something like that.
Yeah, it's like Twisted Metal basically. Yeah, but yeah.
Okay.
That's all I know because they never showed any gameplay. The most we saw about it was on the UI thing when they actually loaded it up. That's the most we've seen of the game, which is so odd.
And it was like a start line, wasn't it, or something, and nothing.
Yeah, they didn't even show you gameplay. They've never shown it.
All right,
I don't really know what it is.
All right, so it sounds like I know as much as everyone else. Then fine.
Exactly. Yeah. No one else.
I'm buzzing for it. I can't bloody wait for
it. Free game.
There was a really good Star Wars vehicle combat game, and I can't remember what it's called.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. PlayStation 1, wasn't it?
PlayStation. Yeah, I think it was PS1. You got to be an AT-AT.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I don't remember this.
Yeah, the tank. What is that? A separatist tank.
Yeah, CIS tank. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was
that? And a Rancor.
A Rancor, yeah. What was the woman? That bounty hunter.
She was like a Jedi. She
Or a Sing or something. You could play as her.
Yeah, she had like a speeder bike.
What's that game called?
I'm gonna Google it now. Yeah.
Such a good game. I remember lending that out when I was little.
Do you remember the pod racing on N64?
Oh, I love
Oh,
that.
that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
That's unbelievable,
That was
wasn't it?
amazing.
The best.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
such
good.
a good game.
so much better than the PS. They could have brought out on PS2 as well. I think Pod Racing
Right.
Revenge. It was so much. The 64 one was so much better than that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it got well
was
hard,
better,
well
yeah.
quick though, because
Yeah,
I remember getting to a point where I just kept falling off the
Well
map.
hard, well quick.
And I was like,
That was the
I
marketing
can't do it.
campaign.
Yeah.
We used to make
Well hard, well quick.
There was a
Next
mini
Fast and
cutscene
Furious movie.
when you went off the edge. There was a mini cutscene of you exploding, wasn't there? I just remember seeing
That
that
went
a
well
million
hard,
times.
well quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. It was actually called Star Wars Demolition. Yeah, you could be like a droid separatist,
Original name.
like you could have been a snow speeder. It's brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you had there was one. It was like a Clad City car, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
And when you completed the
double taxi
championship,
thing.
it was kind of like Tekken. You got like a little story at the
Little
end of it,
cutscene
where
at the end,
where
yeah.
it was like, oh, this is how they spent their
Oh,
money.
wow, okay.
It was
Yeah,
such a
really
good
good.
game.
Really
I'm gonna
good.
go buy it.
Skip that
Yeah.
game. I thought I played that every single Star Wars game in the 90s. So
Yeah. Anybody listening
it.
to that, go look it up. It was amazing.
It looks shit.
Yeah.
If you look it up,
It does look shit, I know.
shit, but it was good.
Back in the day.
I'm looking at the screenshots now, and I'm like, "Phew, this is rough," but it was really good.
did the Pod Racer game, did that get delayed on PS2? Because I remember, because I used to get like the gaming mags when I was younger, and I remember seeing it like it was announced for it, and it was like supposed to be coming out like a certain year. I can't remember. I was quite young, but I remember it just not coming out, and it was like the first time I ever realized that games were like delayed, because I was really excited for this game, and it just never seemed to come.
It's just so naive. You was like, then that's when you learn about the real world. You was like, oh, no.
Yeah. This is when I became a
Nothing goes
man.
my
This is the
way.
story how I became a man. Yeah.
I hate this life.
But
I
Yeah.
never used to really focus on games. I just remember I used to just come home from school and Brad had bought a new one, and I'd be like, right, okay, this is what we're playing then, is it?
Yeah. Or we'd
I
go
was
to
that classic younger brother.
go to a boot sale, buy games.
Yeah, I remember that, buying what is it? Destroy All Humans
Yeah.
from a boot sale. I was well happy with that.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
This-
that was a good
this isn't-
game. I really like that game. I never had
This
it.
bit
I
isn't
played the
stretching
demo.
out to our other demographics from other countries, like a card, like a
flea market.
flea market. Yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah.
I don't think that's helping.
That's what I know. I think that's what Americans call boot sales.
Yeah.
Oh, do
Well,
they?
yard-
Oh,
yard-
A yard sale. That's
Yard
it. A
sale.
yard sale.
yeah, yard sale. Okay, yeah, yard sale. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. Also in Feb, clearly it's the month of multiplayer games, is Riders Republic, Ubisoft's game, extreme sports multiplayer.
Nice.
It's from the studio that made Steep, which, like its name, kind of went down a very fast, steep hill.
Yeah, that was on PlayStation.
Anybody
Plus.
excited for this? Okay.
I didn't even download it, Steve. I was like, no, I'm gonna bother.
What was Steve?
It was like
I
a
didn't either. Yeah, I was just like, yeah.
snowboarding, paragliding, skiing, kind of extreme sports game, and I just didn't
I
download
think
it.
one of my mates asked me to buy that, and I was like, nah.
Nah.
It was one of those games. I got it, downloaded it, fired it up. I just wanted to feel what the gameplay was like, and I just spent half an hour in a fucking menu, and I was like, "Oh fuck this! I can't be bothered." I turned off and played Destiny.
I said, like you.
That's what I do with most games.
You,
to be
you
fair,
kind of
so.
went in with the thought that I only want to play Destiny. So any little thing would be like, no, fuck this Destiny.
Unless this is 100% like Destiny, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Snowboarding, fuck off.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty confident no one's really that excited for this game, I take it. No one's going to buy it. No
I
one's
think
really bothered.
last week I kind of got roped into saying that I have to play it, but only you have to play it when it's free. And
Oh,
let's
okay.
face
yeah,
it,
yeah.
if it's online, it's a multiplayer game. That ain't gonna happen because no one's really gonna. Everyone's just gonna fall off playing it. So I feel
Yeah,
pretty
you don't
confident
really get
I
that
won't have
many Ubisoft games on PS Plus, do you? I can't really think of the last
No,
one.
exactly,
They
yeah.
don't really
No,
do it, do they?
No, not at all.
to. No.
So you never get an Assassin's Creed pop up, do you? Or even like the old ones, they never give any of their games away. So
No, it's
yeah,
very true.
probably,
Yeah,
probably
very
not.
true. Maybe they give away the
Uh,
one where you play as Connor because that was absolute. That was shocking. That game.
Yeah, was that free? Was that free?
4, I
That
think
was
it
free,
was, wasn't it?
No, it's free. It's
Oh, was it
Yeah, it was
free?
free. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What's the next game on my list? We're going to March, 18th of March. Another Ubisoft game, the Prince of Persia remake, which has been delayed till the 18th of March.
Yeah.
Is anybody excited for this? Or
I'd give it a go. I really enjoyed the originals. That was I think that
Yeah,
was
same.
where we started me and Brad started playing different games because he just wasn't into it, and I played a lot of that, and I ended up buying all of them.
Yeah, I loved the originals on PS2. I thought they were fantastic, and I
Yeah.
really hope this does well so they can remaster like the Warrior Within. I think that was the second one, and the Two Thrones was the third. So
I only want to
really
play the
games.
one where you play as Prince of Persia, but he looks like Jake Gyllenhaal. That's the only one I'm interested in.
Nobody wants to play that
the movie tie-in one.
Yeah.
Was that a game?
That was a thing, yeah. Yeah, that is a thing.
Was it really? I completely
didn't know that. I thought it was just the film.
I didn't know that was either.
Yeah, there's a movie. Yeah, there's a movie tie-in game. Yeah.
Is it really? There you go. I didn't know that. Yeah, well, Ubisoft, I believe India. It looks so disappointing. I don't know what you thought of it, Ash, when you saw the trailer for it, but it looked.
Yeah, it didn't. It didn't look ideal, did it? Yeah, like there's been some really good remakes lately. Like I was saying about Resident Evil, and that is they're beautiful. And then when I saw this, I was like, oh, I could just go dig the original out, to be honest, and just play that.
Look even better. Yeah, it's so disappointing because I really wanted, like Brad wanted Splinter Cell remake, and I wanted Prince of Persia, and I got what I wanted, but I kind of didn't because it just looks terrible. So when I saw it actually got delayed, I was quite pleased because I was like, oh wow, and then I kind of worked it out. Wait a minute, it's only getting delayed by like a month, 2 months.
Yeah, there's no way they're revamping that.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was going to be like by a year, but yeah. Brad M, are you interested? Prince of Persia, anything like that?
No, I never
Destiny?
played them. No.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting out for that one. No, I never played Prince of Persia. I don't really know much about it. I had a sort of gap in gaming around that time for a few years when I went uni. And I think it was, around about that time that it came out. So I don't really know much about it.
Sure. Cool. The next game is on the 19th of March, the following day. Returnal, which is on the PS5, and on the PS5 exclusive, made by Housemarque, the team that made Resogun, Dead Nation, Alien Nation, etc. It's a third-person shooter. I don't know if anybody's seen the trailer for it. It looks quite cool. I'm not really normally into their games, but it seems like there's like a time loop, a bit like a Castlevania type thing where you kind of restart again and you learn and you get more abilities each time. I know they're quite solid for their gameplay in terms of like their shooters and stuff. So I might give it a go. It's in a period of time where not many games are around. So is anybody else interested? Ash, if you do have a PS5 by then?
I've seen it. It doesn't seem like my sort of game. It's very, very tactical. It's like a tactical shooter. And I've mainly played shooters, so I can just go in there and just shoot people. Literally, I don't want to think about it. It's just something I enjoy doing. I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to plan. I've got to learn their moves. That's why I never.
I think we can snip that little clip.
Yeah.
Enjoy shooting people. Yeah. That's not going to age very well.
I'm already on the list. I don't want to. I don't want to have to think of it. That's why I don't play Apex or anything like that, because I know a lot of that is learning your character and learning all this, and I just.
Sure. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Especially when there's multiplayer as well, because then there's like a skill level you need to get up to, which other people are at, and it's even difficult. Rainbow Six Siege or whatever it's called, Quarantine is on this list, and that's the same thing. It's just kind of like such a high skill level to play those type of games. It's kind of like, I just haven't got the time to get good at this.
Exactly that. Yeah, you really got to invest in it.
Yeah, exactly. Brad S, are you?
I kind of feel the same as Ash, really. They're not my kind of game. So probably give this a miss.
Fair enough. Cool. Brad, same.
Yeah,
list?
no further thoughts from me. Nah, fuck it.
Yep. Fuck it. Yeah. I take it we've got to get the same for the next game, which is Monster Hunter Rise, which is on the Switch.
Oh, that really...
Jesus.
Really, that... I know other people heard that, but it was so loud in my ears, that was... Sorry.
We heard it. On 26th of March, Monster Hunter Rise is coming out. Obviously, everybody knows what Monster Hunter is. It's such a big franchise. Is anybody interested in this? Ash, do you have a Switch?
I do, yeah.
Yeah? Monster Hunter fan? Are you going to give it a go?
No, the only Monster Hunter I ever played. What did I play that on? It would have been obviously, but what
Worlds?
console was it?
Worlds? Did you play
I can't
Worlds?
remember. Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, it might have been Worlds. I wasn't. It wasn't really my sort. I'm big into RPGs and that, but
Yeah.
it just wasn't. It wasn't my sort of game, to be honest. It's one of them massive weapons, tiny person sort of
I know that one.
game. Yeah. Yeah. All right. But it's just no. It wasn't my sort of scene, unfortunately.
Cool. Has anybody else given Monster Hunter a go before, or Worlds, or?
I want to like Monster Hunter so much. I really want to like it. Something about that world looks fun, looks brilliant. I dived. What's the one that came out on PS4 a couple of years ago? That was Worlds, wasn't it? Yeah. I bought that. I was really buzzing for that actually. I got down to Tesco's first thing in the morning. I got the last copy, and I was really excited. Put it in, dedicated the day to it, and it just didn't. I was expecting it to click with me, and it just didn't. It just didn't happen, and I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's the big stupid swords or what. Yeah, all right. It wasn't Destiny. Here we go. It didn't feel. I was very confused about what the fuck was going on. There was a lot of people to speak to. I didn't really understand the direction. Like going in as a new player, not having played. I hadn't played any Monster Hunters before. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And it felt a bit like it didn't feel very polished as well as a game. These massive oversized monsters that you're sort of glitching into like during a fight. It's like, am I inside this thing? And then I'm outside it, and it just didn't feel. I just didn't have a good experience. And I'm sure if I'd have persisted, people love it. I would have enjoyed it eventually. But I tried. But no.
Yeah,
that's all we could ask of you, mate.
I had the exact same experience as Brad. I tried giving it a go. Worlds was the first time I tried giving it a go. And like there's certain franchises, like it's such a big franchise, I should get into this or at least give it a go. And I just found it so overwhelming. There's so many different weapons and it's tree after tree. I don't know, it's a JRPG. They're all kind of overwhelming. You can sink hundreds. And I kind of I put into like 30, 40 hours into it. And I was just so at the beginning and getting nowhere, and you had to kill the same enemy, and it's such a grind. I know I played Destiny, but it is beyond the grind because if you want a certain RPG, you got to still kill the same beast, so you got to do the same fight, and then it might it's like a random drop if he drops the right piece of armor like you want to then build the armor, and you might not get it, so then you got to do it again, and you've like fighting the same thing over like 40 times, and you still haven't got it, and you're just like, yeah, this is gone beyond fun now.
When the fun stops, stop.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Is that betting or is that just life advice? But yeah,
Monster Hunter
absolutely.
Advice.
Yeah, when it comes to trees and that, I think the level I want to be at is like Dragon Age. Anything beyond that sort of, I've got to learn the lore and everything else like. Because I enjoy Dragon Age, but you play that game, you're like, oh shit, I better look that up because I don't know what's going on here. And then you look it up and you're like, right, okay, I understand that. But that sort of level is where I'm comfortable at. Anything beyond that, where it's years and years, I'm like, I just can't put my time into this.
Yeah. I think it's a nice thing when it's like in the background and it's there as an option if you want to do it. It's kind of like Destiny, I suppose. It's like you can learn about the lore, and for the most of the time, I just don't know much about it at all. But then more recently, speaking more to Brad and stuff and talking to me about it and stuff, I'm starting to learn a little bit more about the characters, the relationships, and there is quite a deep story going on there. And it's kind of like, okay, this is kind of under the surface. And you could literally just play the story missions. You could do Crucible mode. You can just do the thing, not listen to any of the dialogue at all. And you could still just have a good time. And it's kind of there as an option. And I think some things are just a little bit too much. It's like you got to read.
Yeah, exactly.
Playing. I don't want a degree. Do you know what I mean? To play a game.
Yeah, exactly. I think Elder Scrolls do that really well. So with Elder Scrolls, I always find on their games you've got one main story. If you just want to follow that, you can. It's perfect. But if you do want to know a little bit, there's plenty out there. If you want to be like a mentor, you can read all the books in there. You can read all the books in the game, which is absolutely crazy.
The Lusty Argonian, you can read that book.
Exactly that, yeah. But I find they do it brilliant. I'm a proper like Elder Scrolls geek, so so there we go. So I yeah, there he is. Look, see
3 annuals and stuff there.
He's literally like our Oracle. We go to him. We bring him up while we're playing. What's going on here?
He is an oracle of
That
Destiny.
is he's that guy in a chair. He's
Yeah, he's the guy in the chair.
Cool. What is the next game?
Every time my door opens, I think I'm going to be like that guy who was on BBC News when his kid just walked in.
Yeah, I was thinking that. When it first happened, I thought just grabbing the child and throwing
maybe this will be
out.
a meme. Maybe comments go viral for this. It'll be the meme of the door. Outriders, which has been delayed recently, it's now coming out on April the 1st. It's a Square game. It seems like they're trying to go into the Destiny realm. It's a live service game. I don't know if everybody's seen the trailers for it. I do believe there's going to be a free demo in February, so I'm definitely going to check that out because I'm kind of interested in all games that try and take the Destiny kind of position, but no one's ever successfully done it.
They all fail.
It's made by exactly. People Can Fly are the developers for this. They've previously co-developed Fortnite and Gears of War. So very different games, but yeah, interested. A bit of an unknown.
Yeah.
Anybody else excited for this game? Seen trailers?
Not heard about it.
No, I've not heard of it, I'm afraid. No.
You're
the only one race, mate.
You're the only one who's actually looked into these games currently this year.
Maybe you should have told us about this.
Maybe. I just presumed that, all my hosts would see these trailers that have been ongoing all last year. No one's seen this.
You think too much of us.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I'm just looking forward to Hitman.
You haven't thought past January, yeah.
I'm just waiting for the next Destiny expansion.
We know.
I think next expansion. I reckon Brad would like it personally. Brad M. I reckon you should give it a go. Jesus, it's all going off now, isn't it?
No one saw that, did they? No one.
Everybody saw it.
Everybody heard it.
Everybody heard it. Everybody saw it. It's going to be a clip.
Yeah, just going to stop.
I might put that clip at the beginning, just to we know we've got something to look forward to at the end, and they don't have to wait. Now we're into the podcast. But no, it looks like a sci-fi futuristic shooter, third-person shooter. Your characters have abilities similar to Destiny. Seems like a cross between Destiny and maybe Anthem and Division. It seems like a merging of all of them put together. It
sounds terrible.
Just whether or not. I'll give it a go. I'll give the demo a go. And I feel like the success of all these games just about content and whether or not it's fun or not. And we'll just see whether or not it's got enough content, because Avengers I personally thought was really fun to play, but it just had no content and it's kind of dying. And Anthem, once again, he had kind of a good core or idea of a game, but they didn't make a game. It was generally fun to play. I don't know if anybody else has played Anthem, but
I'll try giving that a go. I'll try giving Anthem a go, and I did enjoy it. And then it seemed to just start losing steam, and I was like, what's going on here? And then I was like, well, I'm going to turn it off.
No, I totally agree. Like the core of the game was quite good. I don't know if you thought the same. It's kind of like gameplay and playing is like the different. Yeah. Is it javelins? Whatever they were called. Javelins, it was fun. They were they were really cool.
And they done the flying mechanics really well, which I thought would have been the hard. That must be the hardest thing to do to make people, because some people get really sick playing games like that because you're flying around and you're trying to get your bearings. But they done that really well, and I could see that being a really fun game plan with your mates flying around and stuff like that. But it's just there just wasn't actually a game there. So
I played it with two friends, it was a really fun to play with two people. A bit like Destiny, it's just fun playing with other people. It's just a shame that it just never kicked on, because it was a really good game, really fun.
Isn't there a reboot for it soon?
They've been trying to reboot for like 2 years. It's got so quiet. I think it's only like BioWare's only put like 5 or 4 people on the project.
Fucking hell.
Like that is how much they've invested into it. It's like they said it's a small team, but it's only like 4 or 5 people are working on it, and it's like 2.0, and it's just
forget it.
It has to release this year. And I don't know if it's beyond help now. I don't know if it can come back. I don't know. It's kind of beyond help, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it does, because it's generally a good game. I hope it does add all the things you want to add into it, because end of the day, I want to play games and fun games, and I like those type of games. So another game, I don't know if any of you guys are interested, and that is Near Replicant, which is coming out on the 23rd of April, which is I think it's a prequel, not a sequel, to Near Automata, which is a game made by Platinum Games. However, this game is not being made by Platinum. This is made by a studio called Toy Logic, who have made 2 games previously. One was called Happy Wars, and the second game was called Happy Dungeons. So I've never heard of these games. I feel like you should lower your expectations for this game, maybe, because I think a lot of people are excited for it, because Nier Automata was very, very popular. I'm not saying it's because of 2B and a short skirt, but a lot of people like that game. No, the combat was really fun. Platinum Games are really good at that, their stuff, like the Bayonetta stuff, type of combat. It's really good. But yeah, it's made by a completely different developer, so we'll see. I was excited for it until I kind of found that out, and I'm not so excited.
I want to go and play Happy Dungeons.
Happy Dungeons. I don't know what it's on. Is it on PC? I've never heard of it.
Happy Dungeons.
Yeah.
It was leading that project.
From Happy Wars. Yeah. Has anybody played Nier? Any of the Nier games?
No. I wanted to, because I remember you talking about it, and I've heard other podcasts saying how good it is, but it's one of those games where you just need so much time to play. Like, you're going to be playing that and nothing else for a while, like Persona. And it is, the last time I checked, it was on Game Pass on Xbox, but yeah, I didn't download it because I thought I just don't have the time to put into it. So yeah, but
sure, yeah. I only jumped into it last year, and it was on the sale. I think it's only like £7, and I got like the Game of the Year edition. It had all the DLC and all the extra stuff, and I never beat the first playthrough, because apparently when you do the first playthrough, you don't actually get the end. It's only halfway through the story, and then you have to start from the beginning as a different character, all leveled up, and then you can make different choices, and there's like, I think it's like 50 or so many different endings, and it's depending on your choices you make. And if you only make a certain choice, you then get a third playthrough, which is the true ending, which a lot of people have never got. It's kind of like, yeah, it's very
when
there's a lot to it, but it's fun.
Yeah, you got to have like a guide in front of you before you even start the game, just to see how you can finish the game. This seems a bit too much.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people like the third playthrough, because 2B, the android that you play as, who's quite purposely quite over-sexualized character, apparently the short skirt wasn't revealing enough. They actually removed the skirt, and she's just walking around in just underwear. I was joking. The third playthrough, they just take off her skirt. So that's the reward.
That's one way to get someone to replay it again, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. Everybody loves that game. I always wanted to.
We was past this.
The next game, which is coming out on the 21st of May, is Deathloop, a Bethesda game made by Arcade Studios. Obviously, there's a team that made Dishonored and Prey. Is anybody interested in this game? A bit like what you guys said earlier with other games. I don't like Arcade Studio games. I think it looked really cool, but it's probably just not going to play because of that.
I want to play it. It does look really good, and I wasn't interested in the first when we had the first trailer, but the second trailer I was like, actually, yeah, this looks good. But like you guys, I don't like Arcane Studios games. I tried to play Dishonored, and I just couldn't get it. I just didn't like it. So whether or not it's going to be a game, I can get into, I don't know, but
it looks really cool though, doesn't it? Every time I see a trailer for it, I'm like, wow, I really want to play this game. Like the assassination, you got someone else trying to assassinate you, and is it like a time limit that you got to kill the people? I think, was it you, Brad M? I think you watched the trailer. You said it looked really cool, kind of thing.
Yeah,
you going to give it a go?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. It's got a good art design. Looks fun. Kind of going into it with blank canvas though, but yeah, it looks good. I'll give it a whirl. Yeah,
cool,
it's one of the ones that stood out.
Yeah, it does look cool, definitely. Ash?
Yeah, again, it does look like you have got to kind of learn a lot of the different tactics and stuff like that. So I probably will give it a go, but I don't think it'll be a thing I'll play for ages and ages. I'll probably give it a go and then put it to rest.
It's been on sale for quite a while, hasn't it? I don't know if you've
Yeah.
noticed on the PS Store, like with PS Plus, they've discounted it this whole time. So
it's a bit
whether or not it's been a lot of pre-orders going through it. So what interests me more than the actual game itself is whether or not Microsoft put their logo when you boot it up on PlayStation. Because obviously, in between, obviously the license agreement, obviously Bethesda is now owned by Microsoft. This is technically a Microsoft game. Will they put in Microsoft games on the boot up screen?
No.
I'll be quite interested. No?
No.
You don't think they would?
No.
I would be surprised if they don't.
That was done. That was agreed before this buyout, and the buyout ain't even happened yet. It's still going through. So, yeah, it won't. It won't. I don't think it will be there.
But the buyout will be done by the financial year, by April.
If they've gone to like the trouble of this was all sorted before the buyout, they ain't going to be like, oh, now we're going to put Microsoft on it when it's booting up on the PlayStation. I don't think it will. I just don't think it will.
Controversy.
I just don't think they will. I'm sorry.
Okay. PT player controversy.
Yeah.
I know. I feel like we should bet this. I want to bet him because I honestly think they will. I think on one of the things there will be a mention of Microsoft. This is a Microsoft game.
I agree with Brad. I don't think they will.
You don't think they will? Okay.
I'm going to go with you then, Reese. There we go.
The Brads are sticking together. The Brads are sticking together. Yes.
They don't do it for Minecraft.
He's bringing logic into it now, son of a bitch.
Yeah, okay. That's
he had an example all along. He's sitting there. He's
just sitting there.
No, fair enough. Yeah, that shut me down now. Okay, cool. We'll move on very quickly. So the 22nd of June, we got Back 4 Blood, which is a Turtle Rock Studios game. It's basically a survival horror game.
It's Left 4 Dead. It's
Basically, it's Left 4 Dead, basically, but called Back 4 Blood. Has anybody played Left 4 Dead? Excited for it?
Yeah, man. Loved Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead 2. I didn't play Left 4 Dead 1, but Left 4 Dead 2.
Only 2.
Really good. I remember there's one bit you was in a theme park and you had to get a trophy. You had to carry a gnome for the whole level.
Yeah.
No weapons, just carry this gnome.
Yeah, well, everybody else was trying to protect you and keep you safe.
Keep you alive. I was just running around with this gnome. So yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah. There was a bit.
I never played it. Was it an Xbox exclusive? Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it was ever on PlayStation because I never played them. Yeah, it was just on Xbox. I never played them. Was it Valve? Valve was the. Yeah, and I think they just split, didn't they? Now they're making their same game but with a different name, I suppose. But I think their last game they made was Evolve. Was it Evolve? No, that game that just no one bought it. It was really bad.
Is that the one with the monkey?
No, it's the one where four people were like hunters and one person.
Oh yeah.
Giant monster thing.
Yeah, had a good concept, mate. It sounded good, but nobody bought it.
No one bought it, did they? Yeah.
All the decent it was overpowered. One of them was overpowered, or some of them were locked behind paywalls to get that.
They made it free to play in the end, didn't they?
Yeah, in the end it was free to play, and
it still didn't.
It's gone by then. Yeah. I played it at the start. I quite enjoyed it for a little bit. I played it for a couple of weeks. After there was 4 monsters in it, and it just fell a bit flat after a couple of weeks gameplay, which was a shame. But it's big potential, but never evolved. Ironically.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
Here he goes. Turned up.
Pun's done.
But yeah, Back 4 Blood. Yeah, I enjoyed Left 4 Dead, so Back 4 Blood. Yeah, could be a good one.
Yeah, it's good that they're going back
memories.
to maybe their roots and what they can do.
Yeah, it's a big following that. I remember playing that and coming across a witch and just freaking out and just shouting, there's a witch! And just everybody just running away. Yeah, no, really good game.
I might give it a go. It's a multiplayer game, isn't it? It looks quite arcadey for players. I guess it could be another part-time players game that we all play together if we all get it. So,
played with 4 mates or 3 mates, whatever, on Left 4 Dead. Yeah, it was just a laugh, just running around, just trying to, I'll get the med pack and and like you're healing and you pick out certain weapons and like strategizing and that. So it was really good. Yeah, looking forward to Back 4 Blood.
Cool. Definitely give it a go. It sounds very fun.